Chicago Cougars are going to take on the 1-1 River Falls Renegades. The River Falls Renegades have not played a game since September 23rd when they were blown out 6-1 by the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings. So they have not played in over 2 weeks. The Cougars coming off a loss last Sunday against the Dells Ducks to move their record to 2-2 on the season, and we are just about ready to go here. Henry Laukkanen has it in his own zone. Pass it over to Beltrami, up to Laukkanen along the near boards. Passes it to Beltrami over in the neutral zone, and he'll chip it into the zone. Puck comes out. The Cougars will be going left to right, or right to left on your screen, in their white jerseys, black pants. Shot on net, whistled wide into the corner, kept into the point by Laukkanen. He'll throw it along the near boards, or it's kept in by Laukkanen. Throws it on net. Puck was brought outside, however, and that'll be an offside call, and the faceoff will come outside the zone. Goaltenders for this evening for the Renegades: in goal, Jason Footlick from Redondo Beach, California. And for the Cougars, number 35, Alex Jones out of Madison, Wisconsin. Those are your two goaltenders for tonight's matchup between the Cougars and the River Falls Renegades. The River Falls Renegades used to be the St. Croix Magicians, but they moved to the River Falls area and changed the name of the organization. They are now in the Elite Midwest Division along with the Chicago Cougars. All right, play resumes, center ice. Coming up with the puck now, 27, Sam Krawczyk. He'll dump it into the corner. Cougars take control, chipping it out to center ice and skating in with it with a head of steam. That is Brendan Gestrich. Tries to put it on net, and puck sticked away. Fire shot wide into the near corner. The Renegades looking to dig it out. On the far boards. Puck chipped in back by the Cougars. However, they are offside, so they have to regroup. And now play along the boards here at center ice. Puck is loose, and then going after it for it is Andrew Van Dyke. He'll skate into the near corner, loses control, and the Renegades come out with the puck. Making a nice interception, however, was Mike Helf, jumping up to disrupt that rush for the Renegades. Van Dyke feeding it to Helf along the boards. Now home for the Renegades. Tries to get it in deep, unable to. Sebastian for the Renegades just tries to flip it into the far corner inside the Cougar zone. And a little miscommunication there. Cougar D unable to corral the puck. Home with a shot, and gloved aside by Jones. That goes into the far corner. Now behind the Cougars net, Van Dyke chips it over to Helf. Helf throws it along the far boards, and that's going to be kept in by the Renegades' Zach Von Ruden. And we have a whistle and an offsides play. 17:44 left to go here in the first period. No score. Thanks for joining us on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School. Face-off outside the Cougar zone, won by the Cougars. Puck inside the zone. Oh, making a nifty little stick handling move. That was number 16, Timo Pelto for the Renegades. And now coming in with a shot, Pelto around the net. Back to the point, Sebastian. He tries to flip it on net, and that didn't get through a bunch of players there in front of the net. Puck did not get through to Jones. Now skating with it, trying to bring it inside. Puck is loose. He didn't know where it was. Sebastian trying to keep it in, unable to for the Renegades as the puck goes into the Renegade zone. Sebastian passing it over to his D partner, number 8. That is Connor Luther. Luther loses the puck. Cougars in business here in front of the net, but the puck goes into the corner. Back to the near point, Beltrami. Over to the far side point. Thrown on net by Laukkanen. And now the puck loose along the far boards, and there's going to be a penalty. Let's see if the penalty is on the Renegades. Sebastian. Corey Sebastian going into the box for a hold. And this will be the first power play of the game for either team. Cougars get the first power play. Face-off will be to the left of Footlick. And winning, Cougars win the draw. Unable to hold possession, however. And coming up with it nicely is number 27, that's Sam Krawczyk for the Renegades. Loses the puck. Cougars take possession inside the Renegade zone. Shot on net, gets flipped up to the netting behind goaltender Jason Footlick, and that'll be a whistle and a stoppage of play. As that puck was deflected, I believe, by a Renegades player, so the faceoff will remain inside the River Falls zone. To the left of Footlick. Cougars win the draw. Puck rung around the backboards. Trying to get it out along near boards. Beltrami tries to shoot it on net. That was blocked by Krawczyk. Puck behind the net. Dug out. Back to the point, Beltrami. Beltrami flips it over to the near boards to Mike Lenzi. Now Lenzi trying to grab for the puck. Knocked down by the Renegades. Lenzi has it in the corner. Oh, and he's hit hard. Beltrami will slip it over to Laukkanen along the far point. But the Renegades gum that play up and get the puck out to the neutral zone. And puck was brought in off sides. Delayed call. Now the puck down inside the Cougar zone. Beltrami feeds it over to Mironovic. Mironovic passing it into the neutral zone. Coming in with a head of steam now is Health. Health in the far corner. He loses the puck. Renegades gain control, but not out. Kept in at the point temporarily and then brought out by the Renegades number 4, Nathan Holm. Holm dumps it inside the Cougar zone. And falling down with it, that was Eric Norman for the Cougars. Now he'll take possession behind the net. His pass went awry as he was trying to feed Zach Bishop. And that puck was out of reach of Bishop. Cougars look to get it out of their zone. Power play is only 15 seconds remaining. And here come the Renegades inside the Cougar zone. Oh, nice give and go. And a nice save by Jones. He didn't know he had it. On the give and go between Hansen and Nathan Holm. Jones made the nice save. Wasn't sure if he had it. Looked up, lifted up the pads. There it was, and he fell on it quickly. Face off inside the Cougar zone. 4 seconds remaining on the power play. No score. Face off to the right of Jones. And the Renegades win the draw, and they get a shot on net. That's easily sticked aside by Jones. Weddle has it for the Renegades at center ice. And now the Renegades flip it inside the Cougar zone. This will be an offsides call, as 2 Renegade players were inside the zone before the puck. So this faceoff will come outside. Actually, we're calling it icing here with 14:41 to go in the first period. Face off to the left of Jason Footlick. And puck is still loose at center ice. Now the Renegades finally come up with it. That is Alec Weddle. Weddle throws it along the near boards, not out. Cougars having the Renegades into the zone, but now Renegades are able to get free. But nice poke check there by Mika Hawk to break up what could have been a potential rush for the Renegades. Now pass by the Cougars goes awry into the neutral zone. Bumped off nicely, however, by Brennan Peters, disrupting another rush by the Renegades. So good back checking by the Cougars here in the early going to disrupt offensive generation. And now we have a breakout play coming in at number 21. Jack Hansen, he fires, he scores. Hansen with the breakaway goal, putting the Renegades on top 1-0. So a giveaway at the blue line, just outside the blue line of the Renegades. And that created an offensive chance for the Renegades. And coming in all alone and making a no-doubter was Jack Hansen. Getting the first tally of the game, putting the Renegades up 1-0 here with 13:54 to play in the first period. Cougars win the draw. Madonia chipped it up to center ice. Now he's going to skate back after it. Jones has the puck behind, gives it behind the net to Madonia. Now Madonia again behind his own net, looking for an outlet, gets it along to Bayers along the near boards, chipped up to Lenzi. Lenzi goes into the Renegade zone where he was sandwiched by Corey Sebastian and Harrison Bjorgo, but Lenzi still on his feet. Dumping the puck back in now is Eric Norman for the Cougars inside the Renegade zone. Renegades look to break out. Marichilli keeping the puck, getting the puck into the zone for the Cougars and feeding it over to Van Dyke. Along the far boards to Brennan Peters. Peters throwing it back down low, looking for Van Dyke. He didn't see it. And now Peters throws it back into the far corner, chasing after it Van Dyke. Van Dyke puts a hit on Sebastian. Sebastian able to turn the puck around, get it over to Sam Krawczyk. Krawczyk fighting along the boards with Mike Helf. Now Sebastian tries to make a pass over to Jake Hartzell. Missed connection. That'll go for an icing call on the River Kings. Or the Renegades, I should say. Too many rivers in this division. All right, face off now to the right of Jason Footlick. 1-0 River Falls Renegades here in the early going. Cougars win the draw. Back to Laukkanen. Over to Beltrame. His shot attempt was blocked. Then he gets a second attempt on net, and that almost trickled past goaltender Footlick as Sebastian's clearing attempt almost went into the net. Oh, and now a good check there. Looks like, though, that will be a penalty call, however. Cross. Going into the box is Anthony Beltrame. You get the interference call. And now the Renegades will go on their first power play. Already up 1-0. The faceoff will be to the right of Alex Jones. On the draw will be Lenzi for the Cougars. And puck is dropped. Renegades win the draw. Back to the point is Alex Weddle. Now winding up with a shot and whistling it by the net. What are Renegades? Going over to Jordan Wright. Now Weddle has to take the puck outside the zone, and he'll circle back inside his own zone looking for an outlet along the near boards. That pass attempt goes all the way down into the Cougar zone where Luke Borth will take it, and he'll throw it down clear. 1:27 remaining on the power play for the Renegades. Weddle skating up center ice. And that puck is tipped in by Jeffrey Balo for the Renegades. Now on the far boards, kept in. Weddle has it at the near point now. He'll flip it on net. Jones makes the save. Holmes with a rebound shot, and Jones steers that aside to the far boards. Now the puck comes out to center ice. Cougars look to get a line change in. They do. McKenzie with the puck now for the Renegades. Circles behind the Cougars net, goes along the far boards. Drop it off to the far point, where number 9, Jeffrey Balo, will take it, and he'll throw it behind the Cougars net. Cougars clear, and they get it out into the Renegade zone. Footlick thought about going after it, and he went back inside his net, thought better of it. 35 seconds remaining on the power play for the Renegades. And Cougars doing a nice job on that rush to not allow the Renegades to get set up, and they clear. Renegades coming up along the near boards. Engdahl with it. Gets it over to Miller. Miller to the far side. Flip shot on net, steered aside behind the net and goes into the near corner. Skating with it now is Timo Pelto. Gets it up to the point. Pelto along the near boards. Pass attempt, and that was deflected by Brennan Peters, and almost a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Cougars as the penalty had expired. Now coming in with his Engdahl. He'll fire a shot over the head of Alex Jones, goes along the near boards. Renegades keep it in. And puck comes on net, and Jones will hold on to it and get a face-off as they're a little exchanging of greeting cards in front of Alex Jones during that stoppage of play. One to nothing in favor of the River Falls Renegades on that breakaway goal by Jack Hansen. All right, face-off's going to be the left of Jason Footlick. Taking the draw will be Mike Lenzi for the Cougars and number 27, Sam Krawczyk for the Renegades. Puck is dropped. Cougars win the draw. Lenzi doing a good job on the draw tonight. Mirasili throwing the puck on net. Got deflected into the near corner. And taking the puck will be Adam Rifle. Now kept in along the far boards. Dumped in by Bishop into the far corner. Rifle gets a shot on net. And that's deflected into the netting behind goaltender Jason Footlick. So good offensive opportunity there for the Cougars, able to cycle the puck around and get a close proximity shot on goaltender Footlick, and he was able to deflect it into the netting. 1-0. Now Rifle and Mironovich having a seat for the Cougars. And play resumes in the neutral zone. Lenzi skating into the Renegade zone, goes along to the near boards. He was looking for an outlet at the point. Bishop was not there yet. And now Lenzi in a two-man battle, and there's going to be a penalty on, it's either Lenzi or Van Dyke, I believe, with an elbow. And it's going to be on Lenzi. So in that scrum along the boards there, it was a 2-on-2, and Lenzi fired an elbow back. And he got whistled for it, so the Cougars will be shorthanded again. With 8:55 to play here in the first period. Faceoff's going to be to the left of Alex Jones. And the Cougars win the draw. They're able to clear it out. Shorthanded Gestrich. Now Lockinen throws it over to the blue line of the Renegades, where that's picked up by Jeffrey Balo. Now the Cougars home with the puck for the Renegades. Behind the goal line inside the Cougar zone. Feeds it over to Kyle McKenzie. And puck on net, steered aside by Jones. McKenzie battling for it. Fires it into the near corner. Holm chasing after it for the Renegades. Feeds it over to the far point. Skating in with it now is Jeffrey Balo. And coming out with the puck getting rubbed off, however, by McKenzie was Lovkinen. And that shot attempt deflected out, and they clear. Hard hit there by the Renegades. No call, or is there? No? Not exactly sure what they're calling here. It can't be icing. The Cougars are shorthanded. Unless it was an offsides. Renegades take the draw along the far boards. Chipping it into the far corner. So getting with it is Jack Hansen. Hansen, he the lone goal scorer. Oh, tried to feed the pass over to Cal Vold, but it was just outside of his reach. Now Weddle with the puck along the near boards. Flip it towards the net. Puck is loose, goes then into the near corner. Weddle throws it down low. Good stick work there by number 24, Cal Vold, to avoid a couple poke check attempts by the Cougars, and the Renegades able to keep the puck in the zone. Vold gets it to the point to Weddle. Over to the far point now, Miller. Miller's puck goes behind the net, and the Cougars are able to clear. 14 seconds remaining on the power play. Footlick gets a pass over to Vold in the neutral zone. Feeding it up to Weddle along the near boards. Weddle chips it on towards Alex Jones, and he'll hold on with a rushing Vold coming in for the Renegades. So Alex Jones thinks better of it, freezes the puck, and we'll have a face-off inside the Cougar zone with 3 seconds remaining on the Renegades power play. River Falls up 1-0. Thanks for joining us on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. This is Eric Willowhite, bringing you Chicago Cougars hockey. Draw kept inside the Cougar zone. Skating with it in the far corner is Zach Von Ruden. Now Ruden will circle all the way around, and he'll dump it into the near boards. Cougars looking to clear. Now Brennan Peters without a stick. He's able to get the puck outside of the zone, and he'll look to get some new lumber. And we'll get an icing call on the Renegades. That draw will come all the way down inside the River Falls zone. All right. Draw it to the left of Footlick. And let's see, getting kicked. Not sure if Schiffler, yeah, okay, so Schiffler was excused from the dot. He was looking for someone to take the draw, and the Cougars wind up winning it. Oh, and that puck just deflected wide. Madonia with a nice flip shot made a deflection off of the Renegades defenseman. That almost caught Footlick off guard. Now another flip shot. This time Footlick able to hold on. He'll glove it for the save. And another face-off inside the Renegade zone. All right, Schiffler with the draw for the Cougars this time. He wins the draw. Cougars looking to maintain possession in the zone, and they do. Flipped on net, and Footlick covers it up. And Brennan Gestrich hanging around the net looking for loose change. Footlick took exception to that. And we'll have another draw to the left of goaltender Jason Footlick for the Renegades. Schiffler again on the draw for the Cougars, and Timo Pelto for the Renegades. Cougars win the draw, and a quick shot on net goes, doesn't make its way through. That was deflected. And hey, guess what? We'll have another face-off to the left of goaltender Footlick. They might get through the entire Miley Cyrus song all in the zone of the Renegades if we keep having face-offs. All right, puck is loose, scramble for it. Cougars come up with it. Skating with it is Brennan Gestrich behind the net, looking for an outlet. And puck goes along the far boards, kept in by the Cougars. Gestrich. And taken away by the Renegades. Holm. Oh, good stick work there by the Cougars to interrupt the flow of Holm. That was by Schiffler. And the puck goes into along the far boards inside the Cougar zone. McKenzie. That's Hansen, I should say. Coming up with the puck for the Renegades, throws it on net, now behind the net inside the Cougar zone. Intercepted by the Cougars. That was Mironovic. Mironovic will throw it into the Renegades zone. Renegades get it all the way back right with the puck behind the net. Now the Cougars come up with it along the near boards. Bishop throws it along the far boards inside the Cougar zone. Holm keeps that in for the Renegades. Holm. And taken away, puck just kept in the near point. Weddle throws a puck on net. Almost scoots by Alex Jones. That one took a little hop on him. And he was able to corral it before it leaked past the pads into the net. That would have been a 2-0 advantage for the Renegades. Instead, we have a face-off to the left of Jones. And coming in to take the draw will be Mike Lindsay for the Cougars. Number 16 again is Timo Pelto for the Renegades. This time Pelto wins the draw. Battle in the slot. And puck gets kicked into the near corner. Renegades get it over to the far point. Miller throwing it towards the net. He was looking for a streaking Connor Luther, unable to make the connection. The Cougars look to exit the zone. They do. Van Dyke, pass attempt to Van Dyke, however, gets by him. And that'll go for an icing call against the Cougars. Face-off will come back down inside the Cougars zone. With 4:24 to play here in period number 1 in USPHL Midwest Elite League Division play. First division matchup between the Cougars and the Renegades. And the first game in 2 weeks for River Falls. So they should be well rested. All right, Weddle going for the puck behind his own net. Icing call on the Cougars. And the draw will come back inside the Cougars zone. Face-off will be to the left of Alex Jones. No, sorry, to the right. And taking the draw will be Harrison Bjorgo for the Renegades. He wins the draw, gets it back to the far point, Zach Von Ruden. Von Ruden throws it along the far boards. Oh, pass attempt, missed connection for the Cougars, but now they'll take control temporarily. Scheffler loses control. Renegades take the puck inside their own zone. Bring it to Sebastian in the near corner inside his own zone. Feeds it over to Sam Krawcheck. Now to Zach Von Ruden. Ruden coming into the zone. Flips it behind the Cougars net. And Von Ruden loses connection with it, and the Cougars come out with it. Getting forward, Lenzi making a nice move at center ice. Still has the puck in the circle, near circle shot. Nice block there by Sebastian. Not letting that shot attempt by Lenzi get through to his goaltender Footlick. Puck along the far boards taken by the Renegades skating Jake Hartzell. Now puck knocked outside the Renegade zone. Cougars looking to gain connection, unable to, and skating in with it now is Jack Hansen. Renegades have the puck along the near boards inside the Cougar zone and losing a stick was a Renegades player. And let's see here. And we're going to get a penalty on Sebastian. Interference penalty on Sebastian. So the Cougars will go to the power play, giving them a shot to tie this game up here in the first period for intermission. Face-off to the left of goaltender Jason Footlick for the River Falls Renegades. And on the draw will be Mike Health for the Cougars. Cougars win the draw. Health on the far boards. Goes into the far corner. Skating with it, number 9, that's Zeb Scheffler. No, that's number 8, that's Michael Health in the corner. And shot on net, deflected into the corner by Footlick. And the Renegades getting control as number 9 for the Renegades. That's Jeffrey Balo. He was able to corral the puck and throw it behind the Cougars net. Now the Renegades able to take some possession time away inside the zone. Now here comes Health. Far circle shot attempt. That's deflected up in the air by Footlick. Goes into the near corner, Van Dyke. Renegades looking to clear, unable to. Beltrami throws it towards net, gets deflected over the net of goaltender Footlick. Keeping it inside the zone is Mironovic to Bishop near point. Far point, Beltrami fires it on net, and that stick the side to the far boards. Beltrami throws it into the far corner. Van Dyke with it behind the net, going into the near corner. Gets it to the near point, Bishop. To the far point, Beltrami fires and scores! Bishop to Beltrami, and the power play equalizer for the Cougars. And this game is knotted up at 1 on some good Possession.
Fires and scores!
On the power play. Van Dyke able
Bishop
to
to Beltrami. And the power play equalizer for the Cougars.
Bishop gets it
and this
over
game
to Beltrami, and Anthony Beltrami hammers it home. Power play goal, and we are all tied up at 1. All right, play resumes. Puck at the Cougars blue line. Lenzi knocked off the play in the neutral zone. Mika Hogg takes the puck for the Cougars. Now the puck at the Cougars blue line. Lenzi skating with it into the Renegade zone along near boards, near corner. He gets the puck taken away, however, by number 24, Kel Vold. Lenzi was looking for a slashing call, none coming by the referee. All right, Cougars putting on good pressure inside the Renegade zone. Then coming up with the play is Weddle for the Renegades. And that goal indeed was by Beltrami. And offsides call against the Renegades as Wright skated in, but coming in ahead of the play was number 27, Sam Krawczyk, offsides. And the faceoff will come outside the Cougar zone in front of the Cougars bench. Renegades win the draw. Sebastian, 43 seconds remaining here in the first period. Puck rung around to the far boards. Coming out with it, Peters. Peters over to Nate Janjic for the Cougars. And now Peters along the near boards right in front of our booth. Gestrich with the puck for the Cougars inside the Renegade zone. Puck taken away, however, by Connor Luther. Nice poke check, stick check there. And we have a stoppage of play. Looks like we got another penalty. This one is going against the Renegades. Engdahl. Eric Engdahl going to the box. Let's see what the call is. Another interference call. So if you had interference in the penalty derby, you won some money. It's our third interference call of the first period. All right, face off to the left of Jason Footlick. Cougars take possession. Puck scoots aside inside the crease of Footlick. Beltrami throws it on net. That's taken away, however, in close, and scoring is Mike Health. So what looked like a harmless play, Beltrami just threw the puck on net. The Cougars defender, or the Renegades defender, looking to chip that puck out and gained possession, lost possession, and Health picked up the loose change and fired it into the net between the pads of Footlick, and a power play goal. So Beltrami with an assist now and a goal on the evening. And that'll end the first period. Cougars, after trailing most of this first period 1-0, come up with some late power play magic and take a 2-1 lead on the River Falls Renegades here at the end of one. Goals for the Renegades. Jack Hansen, he had that breakaway goal. And the goals for the Cougars, again, both on the power play, Anthony Beltrami and Michael Health. Those are your scorers for the first period. So after one period of play in the books, it's the Cougars 2, the Renegades 1. You're watching USPHL Midwest Elite Division hockey here on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. We'll be back for second period action after our break.
High school sports is here, and SportsOnChicago.com, we are ready to provide the best high school sports live coverage all across Northern Illinois. From the first kickoff of high school football to the final spike of high school volleyball, we at SportsOnChicago.com are ready to bring you high school sports live. SportsOnChicago.com and STC Friday Night Lights in a league of our own.
I'm Ben Anderson, and I went to the Illinois Media School back in 2013. Had a great time while I was a student here, was able to get involved with a lot of different programs and opportunities. Was able to win 4 awards while I was a student here, and that led the way to success and where I'm at now. I currently am able to work with students at the school, mentoring them on audio production, and I think the students right now are fantastic. They're phenomenal workers. They want to strive to do more than I wanted to, which is really impressive. And I like seeing that on a daily basis. I would describe the students as go-getters, and they're hungry for broadcasting. And that's the best way I can describe them. So I like seeing them every day. I like working with them every day. My name is Ben Anderson. I am promotions assistant for Cumulus Media out of Chicago, and I am production director for the Illinois Media School, and I am IMS.
So I originally got started out of the Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, through a radio ad that I saw on the Score. At the time, I wanted to be on the radio because that sounded super cool. But while I was at school there, I got to learn lots of other skills, and that got me interested in directing, which is what I do now here at WIFR. I am in charge of the newscasts and prepare them and execute them during the live news shows. While I was at Illinois Media School, I was able to get the basis of skills that allowed me to get this job, and I learned how to operate cameras and work on the equipment, and that helped me greatly in getting this job. As far as school students, you know, you got a chance to meet with lots of different types of people and you know, collaborate with them and work on projects together. And I feel like that gives you a great chance to learn how to work in the industry, because you're always going to be working with people, and it just helps you get a feel for what it's actually like out there. My name is Ben Force. I am the Senior Director at WIFR in Rockford, Illinois, and I am IMS.
I first came across the Illinois Media School back in 2012 when I was producing the news, and what I found was that the Illinois Media School brought out the best people in this industry. The best young people learning how to do their jobs. They would come into our news program and understand more than anyone else anywhere that I've ever seen. Probably what I've enjoyed most about being here at Illinois Media School is watching the students come in filled with excitement, and then watching them leave and become productive members in the entertainment industry. It's great to see them come in excited and learn so much, and then go out and be productive members of our industry. What do I like most about the students who attend IMS is their passion and how excited they are to go out and do new things, and the willingness they have to push the boundaries of our industry and really test their own limits and do something that's greater than themselves. I'm Brian Gill, and I'm a video producer. I'm an instructor here, and I am IMS.
Hi everybody, I'm Candy Gomez here at the Illinois Media School in Lombard. I am one of the newest people to join the staff here. I am a student advisor, which is really cool because what I do here is I bring all my expertise, my years from B96 Radio, WGN, Chicago Sky, currently KISS FM. I bring all that here and I talk to the kids, students of all ages, of all backgrounds, and let them know what radio is like, and just working in the media too. I got brought onto the team here as a student advisor, which is good because I like to talk, And I went to college. I went to a 4-year college. It was great, but I really had a higher respect for people who were already in the industry teaching me, because you could learn so much from them. That's how I feel it is. And these students here, they're just so passionate, and everyone is so supportive of each other. And working in the media, it's not always like that. So here is just a great resource of staff, student, teachers, everything here that you need. So you may come in thinking you want to go into radio or you want to go into TV, and the next thing you know, you love editing, or you want to go into being a sportscaster. We've got so many different programs here, and I think it's very beneficial too, because we don't just make you choose one. Maybe you want to do TV, maybe later on you learn, hey, radio's a better fit for you. And that's exactly how the real world is too. Sometimes you've got a plan and something takes you on a turn, and you could end up somewhere completely different. So here you have tons of resources to find out exactly who you are. And I kind of help you develop your creative side, your content for your shows, so forth. And I'm always here just to talk as well. Currently, I'm at KISS FM weekends and fill-in shifts. Before this, I covered every shift possible at B96. I was there for over 12 years. I started at WGN Television. I was interning there for a while. I was there for over 2 years. I was at Chicago Sky. I was the announcer, the MC of all the games. Those girls are awesome. And who knows where I'll be next? You never know where this career can take you. I'm Candy Gomez from KISS FM, and I am IMS.
Hey guys, my name is Damian Perrone. I work for a small multimedia AV company called PMMG Incorporated here in the Chicagoland area, and I'm an instructor here at the Illinois Media School. I started as a student back in March of 2008. Can't believe it's been that long. Graduated and literally immediately was asked to actually stay here as a grad assistant. From there, kind of moved up to doing promotional work and stuff for the school. And then because of what I do and where I work, I was actually asked to become an instructor as well. So I am teaching the incredible students here at IMS now. Everybody here is extremely eager to learn. Everybody here, whether you want to do radio and or TV, and I say and or because you're going to learn both while you're here. Everybody here is, here with a purpose and really, really willing to learn and pretty much do what it takes to, make it in the industry. This place is absolutely incredible, and that's why I've stayed here for so long. What I've learned, I want to give back, and everything that I've learned in the industry, I want to give back, and that's why I'm an instructor here. My name is Damian Perrone. I am a videographer and motion graphic designer for PMMG Incorporated, and I am IMS.
I got started here at IMS recently, moving back to the Chicago area where I had been living in Connecticut, working at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, had an opportunity to move home, and I wanted to continue being an instructor, and that's how I ended up at IMS. My time here, I love working with students. The key thing in this industry, whether it's radio or TV, is it's just in a constant state of change. And we always need to have fresh ideas, and fresh people bring fresh ideas. It's just a lot of different diverse thinking, and that's how you help build a show or a show unit or a segment. And I just enjoy being able to teach, maybe teach is a strong word, but instruct kids that really want to get into this business, and we need fresh ideas, and this is a great place to do that. The students here, you know what? There are students here who are fresh out of high school. There are students here who have maybe been out working in the real world, doing whatever, selling insurance, being a police officer, whatever it is, and decide that, hey, you know what? I want to give this a shot. And so they come here. So there is really no specific age range here, and I think it's great. The students are all eager to learn because they want to be here. They're not being forced to go to school here. That's a key thing. This is something you want to do, and you're putting everything you have into doing this, and that's just fantastic. My name is Dave Zaslowski. I am the executive producer for the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Bulls radio networks. I am at the Lombard campus, and I am IMS.
The reason I'm out here at the Illinois Media School is the radio business, while there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of stations, the people in the business is a small, tight-knit group. Everybody kind of knows everybody, and I love the opportunity of being able to connect with people who have a passion to get into this business. I had great instructors as I came up through the ranks, and I really enjoy the opportunity of being able to give back, connect, share the experiences I have, and actually learn from the students as well. I think it's great that we're able to learn from each other. Your Illinois Media School students, the age range can be students who have just gotten out of high school to people who are looking for a new career option or looking to add to their career placement. They want to get involved with media, whether it's radio, television, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and that's what I think is such a great opportunity out here, is the fact that you can do radio and television, but it's not your choice. They require you to do both. I wish I had the TV and camera opportunities that the students are going to get here, plus all the hands-on activity. My name is Dustin Rhodes. I'm the executive producer with the Mully and Hanley Show on 670 The Score, and I am IMS.
How did I hear about IMS? Well, it was about 16 years ago, and I was doing college radio just for fun. Had no purpose whatsoever until a buddy of mine, Dave Durov, who signed up for classes that same time I was there, told me about IMS, and I signed up. And before you know it, I was going to school, learning about radio, learning about TV, and I realized, hey, I can actually do this for a living. So 9 months later, I graduated. What do I think about my time at IMS? It was a lot of fun. I mean, there was learning involved, but it was good learning. I didn't feel like I was going to school. I felt like I was having a good time. The classmates were great. We had a good time in group projects. We had a great time doing our solo projects. So I felt like it was very important for me to get that before I did radio professionally. How would I describe students at IMS? Dedicated. Dedicated students for sure. IMS knows how to put the right kind of pressure on students to get.
And welcome back to Chicago Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. This is Eric Willowhite. So glad you can join us this Saturday evening. The Cougars took that first period 2-1. They were trailing 1-0 most of the first period, and then they were able to get in a couple power play goals there in the last 3-4 minutes of that first period to come up with the 2-1 advantage. Now, both teams will switch sides this period. The Cougars will be going from left to right, and the Renegades right to left. Taking the draw for the Cougars will be Lindsay, and for the Renegades, Harrison Bjorgo. All right, referee doing a little snow maintenance from the Zamboni. Had some snow pileups that needed to get resolved, so you have to do it all when you're a linesman. Referee. They have some snow pileup in the Renegade zone along the far boards near the Cougars bench. All right. Maintenance has been completed. And we're about set to get started here in the second period. Referee taking one last look at the snow buildup, feels it's okay to proceed, and we'll get ready to get underway here in period 2. Renegades looking to win the draw. Cougars, however, win and dump it inside the Renegades zone. That was Lindsay dumping it into the zone. Cougars chasing after it in the far corner. Now the puck behind the Renegades net and skating out with it is Weddle. Weddle coming up along center ice. Gets the puck inside the Cougar zone, gets a shot on net, stick aside into the far corner by Jones. And flipping the puck on net harmlessly, Harrison Bjorgo. But Jones had to hold on to it and freeze as Bjorgo was coming into his doorstep. 2-1 Cougars here in the early going in second period, and it looks like we got a penalty right off the bat. I believe that's Lindsay in the box for a slash. Remember in the first period, Lindsay was calling for a slashing penalty. He felt he got hacked a couple times, no call. This time Lindsay gets ticketed for slashing. And now they're saying hooking, but I saw a slash mark, so anywho. All right. Yep, slashing. Okay, you did correct. I thought I knew my penalty symbols or signals from the referees. All right. Renegades with the puck, shooting it, but not going into the net. That was blocked. Renegades have the puck. McKenzie. Oh, pass attempt there towards Harrison Bjorgo. That was deflected into the far corner. McKenzie coming in from his point, unable to corral the puck. Now the Cougars clear. Footlick will have to play it. And probably not a good play by goaltender Footlick there as he cleared it up to the Cougars, and the Cougars were able to dump it back in the zone. Now Renegades with a 2-on-1. Puck is loose. Scrambled in the net. It goes in as a goal. Getting credit for the goal will be Bjorgo, as the shot attempt was partially stopped, but Jones, coming out of his net, couldn't corral it as it crept closer towards the net and it crossed over the goal line. And Bjorgo gets the goal for the Renegades. Power play goal for the Renegades, and we're all tied up at 2 here in the second period. We're in the Leafs Ice Center in West Dundee, Illinois, home of the Chicago Cougars. This is Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. All right, play resumes. Beltrami going after it. Puck deflects off the near boards into the goaltender's crease, where Alex Jones will hold on and freeze it. Or Wright and David Quast with the assist for the Renegades on that power play goal for River Falls. So we're all tied up at 2. Puck inside the Cougar zone, inside the near corner. Puck flipped on net. Jones steers it to the far boards, and flipping it outside the zone was Adam Rifle. Now the puck comes back inside the zone, and the Cougars looking to clear, unable to make a connection, however, so the Renegades throw the puck back inside the Cougar zone. Coming out with it now is Peters. Peters dumps it behind the Renegades net. Puck loose. Oh, and Van Dyke able to corral the puck, as Footlick likes to come out of his crease a lot, so that's something that the Cougars are going to need to go to school on, as he likes to be mobile in that net, getting himself out of position on that particular play. All right, Cougars in front of the net. Oh, and missing the shot attempt was Van Dyke on the nice centering attempt there by Rifle. Now coming up along the near boards inside the Renegade zone, Van Dyke and Sebastian chasing after it. Van Dyke and Sebastian. Sebastian temporarily gets the puck, but now 2 more Cougars join the fray. And now they get caught down low, and this is going to be a 2-on-1 for the Renegades. 3-on-2. Oh, and unable to make a pass connection there was number 19. Number 9, I should say, that was Jeffrey Balo, unable to make a connection on that 3-on-2 attempt for the Renegades. But the Cougars got themselves in trouble, got caught too far down, and it was a numbers game. And because of that, the Renegades were able to potentially generate a odd man opportunity. Well, they did have an odd man opportunity, just weren't able to execute. Face-off to the right of Alex Jones inside the Cougar zone. Lindsay wins the draw for the Cougars. Puck in the near corner. Lindsay throws it to the near boards. Coming out with it now, Brennan Peters throws it up to center ice. Rifle going into the near corner inside the Renegade zone. Behind the net, fed to Peters. And looking for Lindsay in front of the goaltender's crease, unable to make the connection. And Lindsay tried to glove that puck to keep it inside the zone, but that whistled past him. However, we have a stoppage in play. And let's see. I didn't catch the call there, but it's a face-off inside the Renegade zone to the right of Jason Footlick, goaltender for the Renegades. All right, number 17 coming in for the draw of the Renegades, Eric Engdahl. Lindsay on the draw for the Cougars. Now Engdahl gets tossed. And coming in will be Connor Luther. Third time's a charm for the Renegades, but the Cougars win the draw. Near boards. Puck comes out to the neutral zone, skating after it. The number 21, that is Nate Madonia. Madonia has the puck behind the Cougars' net. Skates around, gets it to his D partner. That is Eric Norman. Now Norman has the puck, flips it to the neutral zone. Miller takes the puck for the Renegades, throws it back into the Cougar zone. Norman throws it back out to Lindsay. Lindsay has it at center ice. Over the blue line inside the Renegade zone. Tries to make a stick-handed move. That's poke checked away. And Bjorgo takes the puck for the Renegades. Far boards, far corner inside the Cougar zone. Looking to fight off a check. And he has the puck now in the near corner. And he leaves it there. And skating with it now is Jeffrey Balo. Check that. That's Connor Luther for the Renegades. He throws it down to Bjorgo. Bumped off the play nicely, however, by Bishop. Peters gets it to Bishop. Now to Peters. Peters, far boards. Throws it off the glass, and it goes into the Renegades bench. And there'll be a stoppage in play. Peters trying to get it off the glass so he can feed Lindsay, breaking up along the far boards. But it hugged the glass too much and caught a Renegades player on the bench. And it'll be a face-off inside the Cougar zone to the left of Alex Jones. Taking the draw for the Renegades is Jake Hartzell. And the Cougars win the draw. That was Van Dyke on the draw and the win for the Cougars. Puck taken away by the Renegades on the near boards inside the Cougar zone. Getting it back to the point, McKenzie, and Jones steers that into the near corner. Back up to McKenzie on the near point, partially deflected by Bjorgo, and he'll chase after it in the far corner. Van Dyke will take possession for the Cougars, not out. Now the Cougars coming outside the zone. Centering attempt to Mironovic, outside of his reach, and that's going to go for an icing call against the Cougars. It is 2-2 here in the second period. 14-15 remaining. Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. You are in the Leafs Ice Center in West Dundee, Illinois, the home for the Chicago Cougars for the 2016-2017 season. All right, little conference between McKenzie and the linesman before he gets ready for the puck drop, and the Cougars win the draw. Cougars winning lots of draws tonight. Unable, however, on even strength to turn those into offensive opportunities. So let's see if they're able to do something with that moving forward. Cougars, run into each other. However, they have enough men back. Bishop with the puck for the Cougars flips it into the neutral zone. McKenzie will take it and throw it back into the Cougar zone. Jones leaves it behind his goal. He'll flip it over to the far corner. And the Renegades look to take possession. That was Hansen for the Renegades coming out with the puck, however, and flipping it along the boards. Up to the blue line now, skating in with it. Delayed penalty here. It's going to be on the Renegades as the Cougars will go to the power play again. Stoppage in play. And let's see what the call is. It's like a roughing call. Number 24, Cal Vold. Face off to the left of Jason Footlick inside the Renegade zone. Peters wins the draw to Beltrame. Beltrame at near point, gets it into the near corner. Peters throws it on net, and that tip attempt there by Janzik goes into the far corner, then inside the Cougar zone, rings all the way around down. Let's see, we're going to get another penalty. Cougars got to be careful here, otherwise they'll negate the two-man advantage. And going to the box for the Renegades, it's going to be number 20, Jordan Wright. So the Cougars will now have a two-man advantage for the next minute 39. As Jordan Wright gets ticketed. And face off to the right of Footlick inside the Renegade zone. Bishop, near point. Circles around, gets it over to the far point. Shot on net, never gets through. Puck in the far corner, long to the far point. Slashing call was the call on Jordan Wright. Bishop, near point, gets it over to the far point. Now that is Joey Marchichilli. Marchichilli has it far point, along the far boards. Down low, inside the slot. Bishop coming in, keeping it in nicely. Now Health from the near circle, throws it on net. Where is it? Cougars come up with it, near point Bishop. Bishop skating in, gets it over to the near boards, Van Dyke. Van Dyke fires a shot. Tip attempt goes over the crossbar. Cougars keep possession. Chili on the near far point, over to Bishop near point. Slap shot, that is blocked nicely by number 23, Kyle McKenzie of the Renegades. Bishop. Back to Van Dyke, back to Bishop. Puck is loose. And unable to come up with a rebound was Mike Health right in front of the crease. Renegades looking to clear. Again, 2-on-1 advantage for another 25 seconds for the Cougars. Skating in with it. That was a pass attempt. Should have made a pass attempt there. And Lindsay, unfortunately, unable to, and now that cost some valuable two-man advantage time. And the Renegades clear. So in that situation, you have that many players, extra players on the ice. You have to look to pass in that situation. So Lindsay will probably want to rewrite that play. All right, now down to one-man advantage for the next 12 seconds. Weddle takes the puck for the Renegades, feeds it into the slot for Holm. Unable to make a connection, however, Cougars come up with it. Offsides is the call, however. As skating into the zone was Zeb Schiffler trying to make a play, but the Cougars were offsides. And that essentially will end the power play, the second power play in this sequence for the Cougars, as there are only 1 second remaining. 11:07 to go here in the second period. Draw in front of the Cougars bench, and That was whistled dead by the referee. And now we'll go again. Power play over. Both teams back at full strength. Taking the puck is Wright. Jordan Wright throws it on net. Sticked aside by Alex Jones. Puck behind the Cougars' net. Trying to skate out with it. Gets it along the near boards. Kept in, however, by the Renegades. And skating with it into the far corner is Holm. Holm throws it towards the net. Puck is loose. Alex Jones didn't see it there for a second. Now Lockinen has it. Throws it along the far boards, not out. Holm keeping it in for the Renegades. And he loses it. Rifle takes it for the Cougars. Cougars, far boards. Rifle skating with it. Far circle behind the net now, behind the Renegades net. Getting it over to the far point, near point Beltrami. Far point. Shot attempt goes wide. And now Beltrami will skate after. This will be an icing call against the Renegades. And the draw will come back inside the Renegade zone to the left of Jason Footlick, the Renegades goaltender. Gestrich wins the draw for the Cougars. Another face-off win for Chicago, but Pelto takes the puck for the Renegades. Firing a shot on net, just entering inside the Cougar zone was Jordan Wright. Alex Jones holds on to that. No rebound to be had, and we'll have a face-off now inside the Cougar zone to the left of Alex Jones. Cougars win the draw. Skating up with it now is Eric Norman. Norman dumps it into the zone, into the far corner, and chasing after it is Brennan Gestrich. Renegades come up with it, however. Throw it into the neutral zone. That puck eludes Bishop, and the Cougars, or I should say Madonia, and the Cougars have to regroup. Puck is loose! Oh, a couple shot attempts there for the Renegades, and Jones stands tall. Another shot attempt. Jones able to stick that aside, and this time I think we'll have a penalty on the Cougars, or a high stick, or a puck knocked down with a high stick. Looks like puck knocked down with a high stick is the call. And the faceoff will now come down inside the Cougars zone. So a flurry of activity there for the Renegades, and Alex Jones able to keep that puck out of the net and keep this game knotted up at 2. A battle there between Pelto and Lenzi. And we have a stoppage of play. Face off inside the Renegade zone. This time, Renegades able to win the draw, but the Cougars look to maintain possession, unable to. Hartzell gets hammered down by Zeb Schiffler of the Cougars, and Hartzell took a number. Got a number at plate. Lenzi, near circle shot attempt, falls down, and that is blocked by number 26. That's David Quast of the Renegades. And the Renegades, Lenzi for the Cougars, maintains possession, fires a backhander, and Footlick had to steer that along the near board. Now that puck comes into the Cougar zone. Bishop throws it to his D partner. Now it gets up to Van Dyke at center ice. Van Dyke feeding Helf. Van Dyke skating towards the net. Helf loses the puck temporarily. Good check attempt there. Bishop throws the shot on net, and Footlick able to make the save, but kicked out a juicy rebound. No one home for the Cougars. Oh, and knocked off the puck nicely. Now here comes Van Dyke. But Sebastian knocks him off the play, takes the puck inside his own zone. Feeding it up to center ice where Holm has it, and he collides with his own man, number 20, that's Jordan Wright. Wright throws it into the Cougar zone, and he'll chase after it behind the net. And shot attempt from the far point from Zach Von Ruden goes wide of goaltender Alex Jones. The Renegades have to circle back inside their own zone. Putting on the pressure, however, is Rifle of the Cougars. And then skating with it now behind the net is Greg Mironovich. Mironovich feeds it over to Beltrami. Beltrami now near point. Flips it to the far corner. Mironovich tips it. Taken away by the Renegades. Skating forward now is Balo. And he gets rubbed off the play by Zeb Schiffler. Now play getting a little chippy here. And coming up is Brendan Peters along the far boards. He'll chip it into the Renegade zone, into the far corner. Sebastian going after it, along with number 8, Mike Health. I'll check that. That is number 9, Zeb Schiffler. All right, puck along the far boards. Cougars battling. Van Dyke trying to dig it out. He does. Far corner. He'll circle back to the far boards. Puck fired towards the net. Backhanded shot attempt. Oh! And he had a lot more time to make a play than he probably realized, but when you had the puck on your stick, the tendency is just to get rid of it as quick as you can. But if he was able to hold on to it a little bit longer, goaltender Jason Footlick was down and out for the count, and Van Dyke was able to lift that up. However, it went into his breadbasket, and we have a face-off to the right of Footlick inside the Renegade zone. 2-2 with 6:28 to play here in the second period. Cougars win another draw. That seems to be the story of the game. Again, however, it's not resulting in any even strength offensive opportunities for the Cougars as they quickly lose possession. All right, behind his own net, throwing it up to the near boards to Van Dyke, centering it out to Lenzi. Lenzi chips it forward to the Renegade zone. Miller takes the puck, however, for the Renegades. He'll skate it into the Cougar zone. Knocked down nicely at the blue line, and Lenzi will take possession. Lenzi knocks it to his stick, skate stick, pass to himself. He'll go into the far corner. Now behind the net, centering attempt, trying to feed Van Dyke. And the Renegades knock that puck loose. Kept in, however, by the Renegades, by the Cougars, but then Miller clears for River Falls. Puck back inside the Renegade zone. That is Weddle with the puck. He'll try and get it out. He does. Gets it to center ice. And we have a stoppage of play. Looks like we're going to get a hooking call here on the Cougars. No? Looks like we're getting offsetting penalties here. A roughing. Might be 2 roughing, coincidental roughing penalties. So both teams offsetting penalties there for the most part, and both teams will skate 5-on-5, so regular strength here in the second period. Tied up at 2. Cougars inside the Renegade zone, keeping it along the far boards. So we got an elbow and a roughing call. Lenzi in the box again, this time for an elbow. So Lenzi racking up the penalty minutes here. And through 2 periods of play, not even through 2 full periods of play. I think he's been in the box 3 times. So I'm sure that's not a trend that Coach Stouffer would like for Lenzi to contain. It's one thing playing chippy, being an agitator, but getting yourself in penalty situations eventually can come back to haunt the team. So that's the situation we're in right now here. Both teams at even strength. 4:43 to play, 2-2 here in the second period between the Cougars and the Renegades. Bishop with the puck. Gets it over to the far boards. Centering attempt inside the zone for Nate Janjic. Unable to come up with the puck, and now Pelto has it for the Renegades. Tries to flip the shot towards the net, looking for a rebound save opportunity where Krawczyk can pick up the rebound, but the puck did not go on net. Now McKenzie, near circle, fires a shot. That time, puck was temporarily free for a rebound attempt, but Jones was able to cover it up before any damage was done. 4:11 to play, tied at 2. This faceoff now will be to the right of Alex Jones inside the Cougars zone. Taking the draw will be number 5, Harrison Bjorgo. And for the Cougars, that was Andrew Van Dyke. Renegades win the draw. Zeb Schiffler has it. Throws it up to center ice looking for Van Dyke. Taken away by Van Ruden. Van Ruden now coming in with it now. Mironovic fires a shot on net. No, that was Madonia, I should say. No, I was right. It was Mironovic. And this time we got a penalty for the Cougars. As going into the box will be Luke Borth for a slashing call. Luke Borth with a slashing call, so the Renegades will go to the power play. With 3:46 to play here in the second period, Renegades with a late period power play opportunity to see if they can take the lead. Face off to the left of Alex Jones. And the Renegades win the draw into the far corner behind the net. Circling around with it is Jeffrey Balo. Balo throws it along to the near boards. To the near point, McKenzie. Oh, and unable to keep it in is Wright, Jordan Wright. He'll throw it back inside the Cougar zone, and going after it will be Henry Lockinen, and he looks to clear, and he does. McKenzie has it at center ice. Now Jordan Wright. Now Holm checked off the play nicely on a heavy check there by Van Dyke. Puck still inside the Cougar zone, however, and finally able to clear was Henry Lockinen. Nice check there by Van Dyke to disrupt the offensive rush by Holm. Now Holm has the puck in the far corner, and he takes a tumble. And the puck is cleared down to the goal line down in the Renegade zone, and taking the loose puck will be Kyle McKenzie. McKenzie throws it up to center ice, unable to connect with Hartzell. And now chipping it into the Cougars or the Renegade zone was Eric Norman, but the Cougars were off sides. Face-off will come outside the Renegade zone. And the penalties to Lenzi and Quast have expired, so both of those players will go back to their respective benches. 48 seconds remaining on the power play for the Renegades. 2-2 tie here late in the second period. And scrum and center ice. Puck knocked loose. Goes back inside the Renegade zone. That is Sam Krawczyk. Krawczyk over the blue line inside the Cougar zone. Fires a backhanded shot. And that came back down behind the Cougars net. Now skating with it, number 10, Krawczyk. Krawczyk near circle. Centering attempt, trying to feed Harrison Bjorgo, unable to make a connection. Brendan Peters knocked down. He looks a little slow to get up. Now he's back on his skates. Puck inside the Renegade zone. Power play has just expired. Oh, and kept in by Hartzell. It's coming into the slot. Backhand attempt from the far circle, easily gloved by Alex Jones, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. And we remain knotted up at 2, and the faceoff will be to the left of goaltender Alex Jones. He's faced, he's had more of the offensive play inside his zone in front of his net, and he's had to make some tough saves here along the way here in the second period, as even strength play has been in the favor of the Renegades. All right, face off now. Take place again inside the Cougar zone, this time to the right of Alex Jones. Taking the draw will be number 16, Timo Pelto for the Renegades. And Lindsay wins the draw for the Cougars. Heavy hit in the far corner there. He's taking a tumble. Was Lockinen. Shot fired on net, got blocked aside into the far boards. Kept in, however, by the Renegades. Weddle throws it into the far corner. 1 minute to play in the period. Near boards. Unable to get it out. Luther has the puck for the Renegades. Fires a shot. Puck is loose. And Jones is able to make that save from the far circle shot from Luther. Trying to throw it on net was Miller. That got deflected into the near corner. Miller keeps it in at the near point. Throws an elbow. No call there, however. And Van Dyke comes in with the puck inside the Renegade zone in the far corner. He's battling with Weddle. Now Van Dyke behind the net. Circling out front, looking for an outlook. None coming. And he backhands it towards the net, and it goes in! What a centering attempt there from Van Dyke. Into the net. And coming the goal. And he backhands it towards the net, and it goes in! What a centering attempt there from Van Dyke. So Scheffler camped out in front of the net there, waiting for that pass from Van Dyke. He was able to corral it and throw it in the back of the net behind Jason Footlick. And Scheffler gets the goal, and the Cougars take another late lead as the second period gets ready to expire. Bishop throws it to the far boards, not out. Renegades looking to get a shot attempt. They will be unable to as time expires here in the second period. And an even strength goal for the Cougars, as a lot of hard work done by Andrew Van Dyke pays off as he grabs the puck in the near corner, centers it along the goal line, finds Zeb Scheffler just to the right of goaltender Jason Footlick, and he's able to bury it behind him for the lead. So at the end of 2 periods of play, the Cougars 3, the Renegades 2. You're watching Chicago Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. This is Eric Willowhite. We will be back for third period action after our break.
I've been in the radio and broadcasting business a long time, more than 3 decades, and I really noticed kind of a downtick in young people being interested in entering the business, and there weren't a lot of opportunities. So I thought, if I spread my knowledge and shared what I know about the business with a lot of young minds, maybe I could get some of those people involved. And my dad talked to schools. My dad, Harry Volkman, Chicago weatherman for years, always went and talked to schools trying to inspire them to A, follow their dreams, but B, be in broadcasting, whether it was meteorology, sports, weather, DJs, whatever. And I thought I could do that too, and I could do it all in one place at Illinois Media School. I had friends here. They urged me to come out, and I took the job. I've been having a great time. I tell everybody I'm learning as much from the students as they learn from me, because media, broadcasting is ever changing. Things are streaming now. There's social media. Everything's integrated. And the young minds know the new end of that, the new technology, the new apps, the way everything works together, computers. And so I watch how they put together their presentation. It's audio and video and internet all at the same time. And so I've learned as much about doing my current show as they've probably learned from me teaching them, how to put their thoughts together to create a show. The students here are all enthusiastic. They know what they want to do, or when they come here, they might have an idea that they just love the idea of broadcasting. They come in wanting to be a sportscaster, but they decide all of a sudden they fall in love with video editing. And it's great that everything is offered here because it gives you a wide variety of choices. When I was in college, I had to take some courses I wasn't interested in. I fell asleep. I was bored. Here, everybody's anxious to get on to the next pod of activity, whether it's video, audio, website design. It's all put together. I'm enjoying my time here. I hope I can do it for a long time. And I'm at a radio station now where I got a great pipeline of interns coming from this place. I'm Eddie Volkman. For years I was on B96, part of the Eddie and Jobo Morning Show. I've been on WLS. I was on 104.3 K-Hits. And I'm currently the new afternoon guy on WCKG AM. It's 1530. I am Eddie Volkman and I am IMS.
I heard about IMS actually through an ad on my Facebook page during the time I had a picture of myself with headphones and a mic on because I did college radio. And usually I don't fall for the spam tricks, but that day I felt like being gullible. And so I clicked on it, and there it was, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, which was what it was at the time. I saw a video featuring T-Lo giving a tour of the school, and I was hooked right then and there. Called them, did a tour the following week. And then it was history there. I was a productive student, knew exactly what I wanted to do, did multiple internships, and after I graduated, I experienced the hardships that most students will probably feel, but I didn't give up. And I looked up into a freelance gig with High School Cube, which transitioned over to working for Radio Disney, and several other jobs after that, which leads me now to Alpha Media, where I am a top utility player for WXLC. I would describe the students as hungry and ambitious. My class in particular, all of us placed after graduating, or at least a good 85% of us. And I can say that about 4 of them were co-workers with me back in my time during Rockford. So, the program is effective. You just got to know what it is that you want to do and give 100% towards it. And also be open to other things, because, that dream job you may want is not going to come as fast as you think. My name is Everett O'Neill. I am an on-air personality and assistant production director for WXLC. I am a Lombard graduate, and I am IMS.
I got started at IMS here as an instructor a couple years back after I'd heard a couple of people I worked with were also instructors here. And after being in the industry of radio and sports phone and TV and play-by-play for as long as I have been, I figured that it would be a good thing to come on out. I had some free time. Come on out and help out some of the people that want to be the next people involved in these kind of things, next people that hit the radio airwaves and also do play-by-play. So I thought it was a great idea and a great place to do it at. When I'm here, it's great because there's always somebody that has either heard me, has wanted to meet me, and once they meet me, I explain to them, okay, it wasn't that big a deal. But if I'm always here if you need help with developing what you're passionate about. And that's what most people come here for. They have a passion. They want to do something. They want to do radio play-by-play. They want to do sports talk. They want to do updates, whatever it may be. I love being here and helping them become better at what they're trying to work at. And it's great because the one thing about the students is they're really good at listening to criticisms. Once you get into the business, it's difficult because people all think that, okay, I've made it. But here at the school, everybody wants to get better. And that's one of the better things, and one of the things I really enjoy about it is they'll come and they'll say, how can I make this better? And I always tell them I'm going to be super critical of everything I tell them, because that's the only way they're going to get better. And it's great because every student I've talked to enjoys that, because they all want to get better. And that's one of the things I love about it. My name is Fred Hubner. I work at ESPN 1000 as a host and sports anchor. I am an instructor here at the Lombard campus of the Illinois Media School, and I am IMS.
Well, I got started at IMS because I really had nothing going on for me. I didn't have a job. I wasn't in school, and I was just getting out of my other school. I knew I wanted to go into broadcasting, but I didn't want to spend too much time in college. I'd already spent about 4 years, and I was like, I really don't have that much time to just play around anymore. So I really wanted to get into the business, and I had a friend, and he went to the school, graduated, and I saw he was already in the business, and everything was happening so quickly, and I went to him, I was like, hey, how did you get started? And he said, at the time, Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and I was like, all right. So I looked into it, went on a tour, and it changed my life. It really did. From the start, literally the first step I took into the place, you felt the energy in there, and so many positive vibes coming from everywhere, and that's just the first time you step into it. And then you get started into it, and you're learning from industry professionals, you're learning from some of the best to ever do it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here in front of people that I grew up watching, and just going through that process, man, that whole year was the time of my life. I was super duper busy, but it was so much fun. Got an internship right away, was actually in a real radio station, and I saw my dreams coming true right before my eyes. And what's awesome is that I love the school so much, I couldn't leave. Graduated, and I'm still there now. I'm working with The Edge, theedgeonair.com at the Lombard campus. I am the assistant program assistant there, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun watching these new students come in, watching the students learn, and then they're looking up to me because I'm here working at a real radio station, knowing what goes into a radio show, and their eyes and their passion, it reminds me a lot of when I was at the school and the passion that I had, and they're working hard every single day, and it just drives me, and I love seeing that, and I love giving back. And if I'm just able to be that person for them to go to just for advice or whatever they need, I'd love to be that person, and it's an absolute honor that I'm able to hold that position for them, to give them somebody to go to. I am George Norwood. I am the promotions assistant for 103.9 The Fox. I am the overnight host for Star 105.5, and I am also the assistant program director for theedgeonair.com at the Lombard campus, and I am IMS.
I came to Illinois Media School because I want to give back to the current students. It's something that really means a lot to me as an instructor, as a mentor, because I've been in this business for over 20 years, so it meant a lot to me to be able to come back and just teach some of the tricks of the trade to the students here at Illinois Media School. I've enjoyed my time tremendously here because I'm able to speak one-on-one with the students, having that personal touch, telling them about some of the pitfalls of the business, some of the positives of the business as well. I think that after 20 years of doing this, it means a lot that I can be able to lend my expertise and talk about some of the things I had to go through, so that way they're not frustrated, so they feel like, hey, you know what, someone's listening to my problems. So I definitely want to do that. I love the students here at Illinois Media School, and the reason why is because you can see the desire in their eyes. You can tell that they really want to take it to the next level. I admire what they're doing because in this particular era of broadcasting, they have so many things they could do. It could be radio, it could be television, it could be web design, they could do so many different things. So I'm so happy that they had the opportunity to do it, because I didn't have an Illinois Media School when I was coming up. I had to go to a 2 or 4 year college to try to get a career started in the business. But Illinois Media School is so terrific that students can be able to get it done in 1 year. Job placement assistance, the financial aid for those who qualify is just terrific. I'm Jonathan Hood from SiriusXM NBA Radio and ESPN Radio from the Illinois Media School campus in Lombard, and I am IMS.
I got started at IMS through a good friend of mine and a colleague at 670 The Score, Rick Camp, who knew I was an instructor at other universities and knew I was looking to get into a place with passionate students who know what they want to do. They know this is what they want to do for a living, and I have absolutely found that in my time here at IMS. The students are driven, they're passionate about broadcasting, radio, TV, internet, every asset of broadcasting they are completely passionate about, and it's very refreshing for me, having come from a university where students are obsessed with their general eds and other things that distract them from their major. These students here are here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to break into the broadcasting business, and it's some of the best and brightest young talent I've seen in my 16 years in the industry. My name is Jay Zawoski. I'm an executive producer for 670 The Score. I'm an instructor here at IMS, and I am IMS.
How did I get started at IMS? Well, I was driving through the Chicagoland area and I heard a commercial from Matt Abaticola on The Score, and I said, hey, I could probably do this sports thing. Signed up, got into the school, found out really quickly that no, I can't do the sports thing. But luckily, I found out I'm really into music and I know how to talk on the air about it. So I switched my focus over to music, and lo and behold, I graduated a little bit later after that. I got a job at Star 105.5 in the McHenry County area. Shortly after there, I got a job up here in Appleton, Oshkosh, Green Bay, Wisconsin, where I'm currently the afternoon host and the assistant program director for 2 country radio stations. What do I think about my time at IMS? I learned so much, and here's what I learned, is that it's not just what you can do on the air, it's about working with other people. I had a great class of fellow broadcasters that I learned a lot from, who we shared with one another, bounced ideas off of one another. We collaborated really well. And some of them went on to do weather in Colorado, then a few of them work in Rockford, some work in sports full-time. It's been an amazing experience going to IMS. My name is Joseph Pitt. I'm the assistant program director for Nash FM 99.5 and Nash FM 104.9. I am a graduate of the Lombard campus, and I am IMS.
I went to the Illinois Media School because I wanted a job in broadcasting. It was always my dream. I would see, radio stations out at different events or different concerts, and I'd say, man, how do you get that job? And the Illinois Media School made that possible. What I enjoyed most about my time at IMS was the fact that I was taught by industry professionals. I knew if I had any question, those pros would know exactly how to answer it. I would describe the students at IMS as people who are dedicated, people who want the same things that I want, whether it be television, broadcasting, on the web, and everything in between. We're all one cohesive group who all have the same goal, and that's what really helps make your dreams come true. I'm Lori Williams. I am the midday on-air host for WKGL FM 96.7 The Eagle, and I am IMS.
I decided to go to the Illinois Media School because I realized after I finished college the first time that I really wanted to work in media, and this was the best option for someone who had a job and was busy but still wanted to get the career that they were looking for. One of my favorite things about going to the Illinois Media School was the fact that you had to and got to do everything. It wasn't like a classroom where, oh, well, this person gets to use the camera, this person gets to use the radio. and then everyone else just watches. In fact, everyone did everything together, and it definitely showed what you could do and what you needed help on. It wasn't a guessing game. Everything was just there. There are so many different people inside one school at the Illinois Media School. You have people who want to be on camera or behind the mic, and then people who want to work in production, and it's awesome to work together as a team to produce a radio show and a TV cast. And it doesn't matter how old you are, who you are, everybody is at the school. I'm Michelle Abraham. I'm an on-air personality at 97 ZOK, and I am IMS.
Well, I got started back in 2010. I was freelance on times, and I wasn't really finding a permanent job, which is what.
We're getting ready for third period action between the Chicago Cougars and the River Falls Renegades. Cougars leading 3-2 on the strength of a late goal by Zeb Scheffler on a feed from Andrew Van Dyke. Cougars taking a 3-2 lead. Thanks for joining us here as we get set for third period action. And these two teams will be back at it again tomorrow here in the Leaf Center. Game time will be 4:40 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you tune in as well for Game 2 of the weekend series between the Renegades and the Cougars. And now the Cougars take the ice and the Renegades. And that can only mean we will have hockey here shortly. Well, again, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast the Renegades, this is their first game in 2 weeks. They had not played a game since September 23rd. Cougars had played their last game last Sunday at home here in the Leaf Center against the Dells Ducks, losing that game 3-1. Last game the Renegades played, they lost to the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings 6-1, which is no shame for the Renegades, as everyone's losing to the River Kings so far. They are coming out of the gate here hot in the early going in the USPHL Midwest Elite Division. All right, play has resumed here in the third period. A couple players shaken up along the far boards. And skating rather gingerly there and going to the bench is Zeb Scheffler, the late goal scorer in the second period for the Cougars, as he was shaken up. Van Dyke fires a shot into the armpit of goaltender Jason Footlick, and that puck goes into the far corner. Now the puck along the far boards. Skating with it now is the Renegades as they lose control. And skating up the middle is Lindsay. Lindsay along the near boards. No one home to center to, and then he loses the puck. And the Cougars throw it back to center ice. And that puck's taken away by Holm of the Renegades inside the Cougar zone. Loses possession. However, puck picked back up. And intercepted by the Cougars. Bishop, but he's unable to corral it, and the Renegades look to take control and keep it in. Unable to. And falling down is Rifle for the Cougars. And now the Renegades look to take possession. They bring it inside the Cougar zone, but they have to come back out, get back on sides. Van Ruden now for the Renegades. Has the puck taken away by Brendan Peters temporarily, but then the Renegades are able to get the puck back along the near boards inside their own zone. Holmes skating up at center ice, flips it into the far corner. Chasing after it is Jeffrey Balo for the Renegades. He throws it along the near boards inside the Cougar zone. And Mirachuli will skate for it for the Cougars at center ice. Skating in along the near boards inside the Renegade zone. He'll go behind the net now. Tried to flip it out front. That was knocked away by Weddell and then intercepted by the Renegades. Miller takes the puck for the Renegades. He's got a head of steam coming up center ice. Goes along the far boards, far circle, comes inside, and he loses the puck as it slides in front of Alex Jones, goes along the near boards inside the Cougar zone. And a scrum along the boards. Puck comes out, taken by Janjic for the Cougars. Near boards, near circle shot, top of the circle, easily gloved by Jason Footlick, and he'll hold on for the Renegades. Cougars up 3-2 here in the third period of play. All right, face-off will take place now. To the right of Footlick, the goaltender for the Renegades. Lindsay on the draw. That time it's won by Harrison Bjorgo for the Renegades. Cougars keep it in. Puck is loose. Scramble in front of the net. Where is it? Puck is still loose. Lindsay picks it up. Oh, and he fires it just too wide of the goaltender. Now he's sitting. He's lost his stick. So Footlick has lost his stick, but the Renegades take possession. They skate inside the Cougar zone. Footlick will now grab his stick. Coming the other way. Centering attempt was taken away by the Cougars, and now they'll skate back. Oh, got a little slashing penalty that's going to take place here again against Lindsay. As he was being grabbed around the neck area, no call. He got frustrated by that, and another slashing penalty for Lindsay. So again, in the box is Mike Lindsay, this time getting his team shorthanded. With the Cougars already up 3-2, this is not the position they want to be in. Shorthanded, giving the Renegades any opportunity to generate consistent offensive chances, but that's what's going to take place here. We have a brief timeout as we have some work being done by goaltender Jason Footlick with his helmet. And now he's able to get that back on. That was a byproduct of the scramble that was in front of his net when he lost his stick. So he had to do some repairs to his helmet there once a stoppage of play occurred. All right, Renegades to the power play. McKenzie fires it towards the net. Stick the side into the near corner, and Hakkinen will throw it. Laukkanen will throw it into the neutral zone. The Renegades will look to carry it in. McKenzie throws it to the near boards. Holmes to McKenzie. In the slot, he fires a shot wide into the far corner. That's Jordan Wright in the far corner. And now Balo gets it over to Quast. Quast's shot attempt was blocked nicely by Laukkanen. It goes up into the netting, and we will have a face-off inside the Cougar zone to the right of goaltender Alex Jones. Cougars up 3-2. 15:46 to play here in the third period. Home on the draw for the Renegades. And Van Dyke for the Cougars. Renegades win the draw. Flipping it on net. Rebound loose and goes wide. Renegades a couple good shot attempts there. Now McKenzie near point. Over to the far boards. Shot padded side. Saved by Alex Jones. He's looked sharp so far here in this third period of play. Keeping the Cougars up 1. Renegades regroup on the power play. A minute left. Skating with it. Coming inside. McKenzie fires a shot and scores. Glove side over the glove of goaltender Alex Jones. As McKenzie was allowed to get through the blue line, fired a shot in the slot, and that got past. Skating with it, Alex Jones coming inside. McKenzie fires a shot and scores. Glove side over the glove of goal. We're all knotted up at 3. So that slashing penalty by Mike Lindsay comes back to haunt the Cougars. So he's got two tasks ahead of him here. Number one, stay out of the box, and number two, see if he can generate some offense for the Cougars and get them back in front. Cougars with the puck inside the Renegade zone along the far board. Shot attempt, save. Lindsay looking to scoop the rebound, and he's taken down. And this time there will be a penalty on the Renegades as Lindsay was dumped in front of goaltender Jason Footlick as he was trying to corral that rebound attempt. And going to the box will be Timo Pelto for the Renegades. Power play for the Cougars. Lindsay on the draw. Cougars win the draw. However, the puck hops over the stick of Anthony Beltrami, and he'll go after it. Keeping the puck in play. 2-on-1 attempt for the Renegades. Alex Jones with a great save. Some sloppy play inside the Cougar zone allowed a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Renegades. Short-handed. But now the Cougars come out with it. Lindsay throws it behind the net. Mike Helf will skate after it. Keeping it in at the point is Van Dyke. Van Dyke down along the near boards to Helf. Helf throws it across ice, looking for a streaking Beltrami, unable to connect. Puck chipped over to Lindsay. Lindsay passing it in the slot. Puck is loose. Oh, what a save! Rebound attempt goes wide. Now behind the net. Back to the point. Van Dyke fires a shot. Oh, and that hits Sebastian. Renegades can't clear it. Beltrami throwing it up front. Now Van Dyke throws it to Beltrami, far point. Beltrami skating inside. Puck attempt is deflected into the netting. Good sequence of events there for the Cougars, but unable to get the puck past Jason Footlick as the Renegades were able to just get enough presence in front of the goaltender to prevent any serious scoring opportunity there. 53 seconds remaining on the power play for the Cougars, and the Renegades win the draw and they clear inside the Cougar zone. Bishop will chase after it for the Cougars behind his own net, being pressured by Holm. Bishop inside his slot, goes along to the far boards. Puck taken away by the Renegades. Miller has it inside his own zone in front of his own goalie. Backhands it up the center ice, taken away by Bishop. Bishop knocks it forward, and puck stolen by Holmes. Really seeing some team speed here from the Renegades. Certain players able to impose their will and skill against the Cougars, forcing them into some tough passes and tough decision making. All right, face off inside the Cougar zone. We're all tied up at 3. 15 seconds remaining on the penalty to Timo Pelto of the Renegades. Face off inside the Cougar zone to the left of Jones. And Cougars ice the puck on a power play. Marcusilli thought he had someone up along the boards, and unfortunately went down for an icing call. Face off inside the Cougar zone. Marcusilli has it now behind the net, throws it to the far corner. Now Marcusilli take it back, throws it up center ice to Peters. Peters' shot attempt gets deflected all the way to the far side to Van Dyke. Van Dyke looking, pass attempt was stolen away. Skating up with it now is Jack Hansen. Comes in on net and a save. Big save by Alex Jones as Hansen had another breakaway attempt. He had that breakaway in the first period, and he looked to duplicate that here in the third. This time Hansen was able to, Jones was able to make the save as there still was some pressure on Hansen. It wasn't a clear breakaway, but a head of steam nonetheless. Jones keeping his team tied. Face off to the right of Jones. Cougars win the draw, skating forward now and coming up to center ice. Janzik loses the puck. McKenzie throws it into the zone, into the Cougar zone. Gestrich and Beltrame chasing after it for the Cougars. Now McKenzie has it. He fires it wide into the far corner. Renegades look to throw it on net. They do. Coming out with it, however, losing his stick was Beltrame. And Bayers throws the puck behind the Renegades net, and there's a tie up there. Couple players scrambling. Now we got a couple players on the ice. And a little pile up there behind the net. So that's David Quast. And a little pile up there behind the net. That was David Quast behind the net. He's going to the box. So that's David Quast. And it's probably going to be coincidental penalties here. No. Yes, no. Referees are still sorting it out. Quast did go to the box. We're still trying to see if there's any additional penalties to be called. Right now, there's no one in the penalty box for the Cougars. But the referees are conferring to see if there should be additional penalties. So far, no call. Referee still going over the scoring table. So, yep, the box is opening, and going into the box will be Brennan Gestrich for the Cougars. So Gestrich gets a penalty. And we'll have coincidental penalties between the Renegades and the Cougars. Here with 12 minutes to play in the third period, all knotted up at 3. Face-off will be to the left of Jason Footlick. Still 5-on-5 hockey. Roughing and delay of game penalties for Gestrich and Quast for the Cougars and Renegades respectively, so we'll still skate 5 aside. So double minors for Quast and Gestrich. All right, puck in the side of the net inside the Cougar zone. Chasing after it is Harrison Bjorgo. Puck hits loose into the near corner. And skating out with it is Beltrame. Beltrame for the Cougars over the blue line into the slot area. Loses the puck, kept in, however, nicely by the Cougars. That's Adam Rifle with the puck behind the net, throws it along the near board. Keeping it in at the point is Bishop. Bishop throws it down to the near corner. Near circle shot by Rifle, and that goes wide up the far boards out to the neutral zone. Beltrame does a nice job there of preventing Jack Hartzell from having a scoring attempt. Lindsay loses the puck at center ice, picked up, however, by the Cougars' Bishop. Fires it in on net, and that goes to the near side boards. Lindsay trying to keep it in, unable to. And he falls down. Puck taken away by the Renegades, but thrown back inside the Renegade zone, where Alec Weddle will take possession behind his own net. Weddle on the near boards, pass attempt trying to reach Engdahl. And that puck was whistled as an icing call. And the faceoff will come back down inside the Renegade zone. 10:16 to play. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece. Faceoff to the right of Jason Footlick. Norman throws the puck behind the Renegade net. Alec Weddle of the Renegades picks up the loose puck, skates along the far boards. Gets it out to the neutral zone. Skating in is Engdahl into the Cougar zone along the near boards. Tries to throw it towards the net. And puck comes loose in the slot. And a nice poke check there by Zeb Scheffler. Good to see him back on the ice as he was roughed up along the boards there early on in the third period. But he made a nice poke check there to prevent the scoring opportunity for the streaking Weddle. Now referee over to the box, might have another penalty here on the Cougars. Let's see. Mike Lenzi going to the box for the Cougars. That's his 5th penalty, I believe, of the game. All right, referee still talking it over with the team captains. Andrew Van Dyke for the Cougars and Jeffrey Ballo for the Renegades. Faceoff will take place inside the Cougar zone to the left of goaltender Alex Jones. .9:53 to play in the third period with the Renegades going to the power play. Holm will center for the Renegades. Van Dyke for the Cougars. Cougars win the draw. Henry Lockinen tries to throw it along the near boards. Puck kept inside. 10-minute misconduct also for Lenzi. In addition, so he's going to be unavailable for the rest of the third period. All right, puck along the near boards. Inside the Renegade zone. Skating out with it now is Weddle. Cougars clear. So good start to the penalty kill for the Cougars here in the early going of the power play. Weddle carries it in along the near boards. It's bumped off the puck by Brennan Peters. And the Cougars clear again. Footlick comes out to slow the puck down. And skating in with a head of steam is McKenzie down the slot. Oh, and he gets knocked down nicely there by Eric Norman. Bumped off the play. Renegades still have possession of the puck in the far corner. Far corner battle. Jeffrey Balo has it. Balo. And he loses the puck at the blue line. And the Cougars clear down into the far corner. 7:39 seconds remaining on the power play for the Renegades. And that time Footlick threw it up to center ice. No one home for the Renegades. So another poor decision by Footlick in terms of puck handling or coming out of his net. Now Beltrami behind the Cougars net. Chips it to the far corner. Van Dyke shovels it out to the neutral zone. And the Renegades will have to retreat inside their own zone. Pass attempt, trying to make a connection, unable to connect, however, and Beltrami goes back for the puck inside the Cougar zone. Puck chipped out, and we're back at even strength as the Cougars kill off the power play. 7:43 remaining in the third period. We're all tied up at 3 here in the Leafs Ice Center in West Dundee, Illinois. This is Chicago Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. Eric Willowhite on the call with you this evening. And puck at center ice goes into the Cougar zone. Jones flips it behind his own net to the far boards. Pelto takes control for the Renegades at center ice, gets it over to Weddle. Weddle dumps it inside the Cougar zone. Jones will leave it there, flip it up along the near board glass. And coming out with the puck temporarily was Van Dyke, but the puck was stolen away nicely by Sam Krawczyk. Krawczyk throws it inside the Cougar zone. Van Dyke comes back in, takes possession. Now Van Dyke feeding it up to Janczyk. Janczyk at center ice for the Cougars. He'll chip it inside to the near corner, and he'll head off for a change. 6:44 to play. Puck at center ice. Coming in is Miller. Miller goes along the far boards, fires a shot that goes behind the net of Jones inside the Cougar zone. Shot from the board from number 17, Engdahl. That's sticked aside by Jones, and the Cougars break out. Now puck shot back into the Cougar zone. Bishop. Bishop has it in his own circle, near circle, to the far circle. Feeding it up to center ice, Health. That's Zeb Scheffler, I should say. And the Renegades take control of the puck. They chip it inside the Cougar zone. Goes in behind the net. Mika Hawk flips it into the near corner. Skating out with it, Brendan Peters. Miller knocked down at his own blue line, no call. And McKenzie takes the puck for the Renegades. That puck chipped away, however, by Bishop. Renegades throw it into the Cougar zone. And now some board play along the far boards inside the Cougar zone. Coming out with it is Balo for the Renegades, but Van Dyke steals into the slot, fires a shot, sticked aside into the near corner by Footlick. Van Dyke going after it, keeping it penned in along the near boards inside the Renegade zone. Now coming up at the blue line. Oh, and a high stick there. Janczyk and Wright with a cross check, and he's going to get the call. As the high stick was missed by Janczyk on Wright, and Wright decided to retaliate, and he's going to get the cross check call. So the Cougars catch a break there. And Wright will go to the box. And he's still jawing. Now he's jawing with Lindsay, I believe, in the box. Lindsay wasn't even on the ice for that one. All right, so Cougars will take a fortuitous opportunity here, getting the power play on the retaliation by Jordan Wright. Wright got high sticked on the head. What was not called by Janczyk, high sticked him on the head, so the Cougars get a power play out of this. Beltrami with the puck along the near boards. Loses possession, now he gets it back. Now he loses possession again, and he regains center ice. Up to Van Dyke along the near boards inside the Renegade zone. Circles around, feeds it back to the point to Beltrami. Henry Laukkanen fires it behind the net. Mironovic. Back to the near point, Beltrami. Beltrami. Far point now to Laukkanen. Oh, puck is loose. And the Renegades were able to clear. Anxious moment there for the Renegades. Now Beltrami will skate inside the Renegade zone. Leave it at the near point for Van Dyke. Van Dyke near circle. Throws it back to the near point. Scheffler to Van Dyke. Van Dyke taking over at the near point spot. On the near boards down to the near corner, Scheffler. Van Dyke near boards, back to the near point, Laukkanen. Laukkanen far point, Beltrami unable to corral it. Back to Laukkanen. Over to Van Dyke near circle. Centering attempt goes wide. Beltrami will have to skate after it. And Van Dyke near circle, throws it on net, gets deflected up into the far corner. And coming up and stealing the puck, but keeping it in nicely temporarily were the Cougars. But the Renegades ultimately able to clear the zone. 31 seconds remaining on the power play. 3-3 here, with 3:28 to play in the third period. Now puck inside the Renegade zone, near corner. Puck temporarily taken away and flipped out by the Renegades. Jones will stop it. He's going to leave it there for Eric Norman. Norman has the puck behind his own net. Power play over for the Cougars. We're back at even strength. Rifle has the puck for the Cougars, skating in the nearest boards in the Renegade zone. Rifle going after it in the near corner. Near corner battle. Brendan Peters joining the fray, along with Sebastian and Holm for the Renegades. And now Gestrich able to come out with the puck, but Sebastian takes it away for the Renegades. Puck still inside the Renegade zone, however, now it's out. Sebastian, center ice, at the blue line, flips it over to the far boards. Circling back is Lalo, getting over to Holm, near circle, tip attempt. Puck is loose, knocked out of the crease by Bishop. Lalo trying to feed a skating McKenzie in the near circle, unable to make the connection, but Lalo keeps the puck in for the Renegades. Now it's outside of the zone. McKenzie dumps it back in. Bishop will skate after it for the Cougars. Minute 55 remaining. Bishop, center ice, flips it inside the Renegade zone into the far corner behind the net, and he's skating after it. And he looks to keep it inside the zone along the far boards. Miller comes out of it, and here comes Engdahl along the far boards inside the Cougar zone. Throws it on net, gets steered aside behind the net by Jones. Centering attempt, unable to make the connection, however, were the Renegades, and the puck comes out to center ice. Van Dyke with the puck for the Cougars inside his own zone. Centering attempt up to Zeb Scheffler, unable to corral the puck, and the Renegades take control. Engdahl, and the Luther for the Renegades was just offsides on that play, so the faceoff will come outside the Cougar zone. With a minute 9 remaining here in the third period. So glad you're with us here on Fast Hockey. Chicago Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School and SportsTownChicago.com. Don't forget tomorrow, 4:40 p.m. Central Time, right back at it here at the Leafs Ice Center. Cougars versus the Renegades. Puck on net. I'm not exactly sure why we have a whistle attempt. The puck went on the net. All right. It was an icing save. Well, it went on net. Shot attempt. He didn't really freeze the puck, but they whistled it dead anyway, so. All right. Cougars have called a timeout. Talk some strategy with the faceoff taking place inside the Renegade zone with 58 seconds remaining. So the Cougars drawing up some plays, getting a faceoff win. So they can generate a scoring opportunity here to take a late period lead. And that would follow the script for the Cougars in the first two periods, as the Cougars took the lead late in periods 1 and period 2. Goal scorers for today's game for the Renegades, Harrison Bjorgo, Jack Hansen, and Kyle McKenzie. And for the Chicago Cougars, Anthony Beltrame, Michael Health, and Zeb Scheffler. All right, the Renegades going back onto the ice, taking their positions inside their own defensive zone. The faceoff will be to the left of goaltender Jason Footlick. Cougars still talking it over in front of their bench. Now the referees have blown the whistle. Coach Brad Stouffer still giving some last-minute instructions here. And now second whistle, and the timeout conference is over on the Cougars bench, as Michael Health will take the draw, I believe, for the Cougars. On the point, Lockinen and Beltrame. And on the wings, Van Dyke. Beltrami throws it into the near corner, far corner inside the Renegade zone. Keeping it in along the near boards is Van Dyke. Centering attempt, Laukkanen jumping up from the near point. Skating in with it, now it's Mironovic. Van Dyke fires a shot, it goes wide, rebound attempt is loose, and they score! Cougars pick up the rebound attempt and another last-minute goal. Skating in with it, now it's Mironovic. Cougars. Van Dyke fires a shot. Andrew Van Dyke. The importance of winning a draw late in a game can't be underestimated. And we talked about the Cougars winning many of the faceoffs in this game this evening, but not necessarily generating offensive chances on it. This time they were able to win the draw and generate the play that they were looking for to take the lead here late in the third period. Shot off the crossbar by the Renegades. Puck loose in the slot. 18 seconds remaining. Renegades battling. They pulled their goalie. Now the puck along the near boards. McKenzie. Over to Quast. McKenzie. Now the puck thrown along the far boards, kept in by Weddle. 1 second remaining. Puck knocked down towards the open net. Doesn't matter as time expired, but then we have Bishop down on the ice for the Cougars. I did not see the play there. They were looking at number 20, Virgil. That was Jordan Wright of the Renegades. So this will be interesting here. I'm not sure if Wright was involved with the play. As Bishop is down on the ice, not sure if he's gotten up. Now he's up on his feet. So your final score, the Chicago Cougars 4 and the River Falls Renegades 3. As Bishop is in some serious distress on the Cougars bench as he's going to take a seat as the training staff tends to him. Cougars skate off. Again, 3 late period goals for the Cougars, powering them to this 4-3 victory. But Bishop still getting checked over there on the bench, but Andrew Van Dyke, your number 1 star. Anthony Beltrami, your number 2 star. All right, Mironovic was credited with the game-winning goal. Not Van Dyke. Mironovic with the game winner there as the Cougars take this game 4-3. So it should be an interesting game tomorrow. Make sure you join us 4:40 p.m. Central Time as these two teams go at it again. This game got very chippy, and we might expect more of the same tomorrow. Mike Lindsay got a 10-minute misconduct penalty, and he had 5 penalties on the evening, 6 if you count the misconduct. So chippy play, so let's see if we expect more of the same tomorrow. Cougars win 4-3. That's your final. I'd like to thank our camera crew tonight, Matt Dahlberg, Ramsey Weiss, and our director, Chris Hamilton. This is Eric Willowhite. Thanks for watching Chicago Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey, powered by the Illinois Media School. See you tomorrow, folks.